Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Eliashar podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Eliashar, and I'm the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com. Jakestake.com is a pop culture and entertainment news website. I'm so excited to welcome Drew Angelman of Angelcake Entertainment to the podcast. He is probably the walking, talking pop culture encyclopedia, which I love. He has so much insight when it comes to competitive reality shows such as Survivor, Big Brother, but his signature is definitely MTV's The Challenge. Drew, welcome to Jake's Take with Jacob Eliashar podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
All righty, Drew. Could you please share the Angelcake Entertainment's origin story?
Okay, so I'm going to try to make this brief as possible. Back in 2017, me and a coworker / friend actually started making videos for an online game / website called Fantasy Movie League, which is essentially like movie mixed with fantasy football type of thing. And you play it all year round. We loved the game, and we started becoming video contributors. And my friend actually has been doing YouTube for 4 years by the time we started that. So that's how I got into doing videos and started YouTubing and getting to learn Premiere Pro. And around a year to just a little over a year after doing that, that's when I started making solo videos on the channel. I really enjoyed it, and they started getting more views than our actual weekly videos for the game. And I decided to want to do my own solo project. So I made Angelcake Entertainment, which was essentially just doing original videos, like Pennywise versus To Catch a Predator, and also doing the Weatherman audition tape. And then the Challenge Final Reckoning was coming up. I was infatuated with the show. I decided to do one video for it, see how it went. It instantly dwarfed my other videos' views, so I just decided I'm going to do this. At least it's weekly content, it's on time, and people will search for it. And that's pretty much the history about it. I mean, that's when I started doing it for Final Reckoning, the longest season in Challenge history. It was definitely a marathon and not a race or a sprint. And then we get to here for Total Madness.
Awesome. So before we get into the challenge, I want to talk to you about what are some of the challenges that you face creating content, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
I think for when thinking about obstacles, I think the main one is definitely time. Time is the tough one, because when I started doing videos, we were doing it after work, which is like 9 to 10 hours, depending on traffic. So, I mean, you're going to work for a whole day, coming home at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then scripting, filming, editing, and putting out videos. It's almost like doing 2 full-time jobs, which is really, really tough. But when you do it and you're enjoying doing it, it's not really a job. So that's what I kind of viewed, but it definitely takes away from sleep, definitely takes away from other activities you could do, and then mix that with my unhealthy obsession for watching everything and anything reality TV, which is like Bachelor, Bachelorette, X on the Beach, all that kind of stuff. So to me, it was definitely a ton of time consuming. I could only do like 2 or 3 videos a week at first. And when I don't know if it's a fix, but the job that I just was doing for like 5 years kind of went under and liquidated my position at the end of February. So I've kind of taken a step back, taken a little bit of a breather, and doing 100% focus on my videos. So for me, that was a fix because I just gained a whole bunch of time. And even though the job gave me a very steady paycheck week to week, I am now doing something I love full time, going deep diving into videos of the Challenge, Survivor, and other shows and original content that I've been wanting to do but just couldn't because of time restraints. So I don't know how long I'll be doing this. Maybe for the rest of this year, I'll be focusing mainly on videos and doing 4 to 5 videos a week. But right now, I'm just enjoying it and not thinking about too far into the future.
I totally get it. So let's talk about the challenge, because I'm a new fan. The reason why I started watching, Big Brother people were on. And I've gotten to challenge, the two people I've gone to the most were you and Challenge Mania's Scott and Drew.
Wow. That is just to be in the same realm of Scott and Derek is like, I don't know. That's a huge honor to me to hear that.
Well, because here's the thing. You bring out a lot of the introductions to new fans. And that's the reason, and I appreciate you for that. But, like, when do you become attracted to the MTV show?
So, fun fact, I know a lot of people watch my videos and think that maybe I've been watching for forever, or when the challenge was like when I was a wee little lad. Come to find out that I actually started watching it on Dirty 30, was the first season I ever watched. And I remember coming home on July of 2017. It was on the DVR. And for years, when I've been talking to my uncle, he watched the challenge from the very beginning. Every time he tried to tell me about the challenge, he would use vague words that didn't make any sense. Like, he would just say, there's a guy named Bananas and there's a guy named CT who punches everybody, including producers. And I'm just like, what show is this? You don't tell me anything that's about. You're just telling me a guy named Bananas is winning something. So I kind of just stayed away from it until I came home. It was on the DVR. I decided to watch the first episode. And Dirty 30, the first episode, is fantastic. I don't know what season everybody started out on, but Dirty 30 was like heaven sent because they brought in 30 of the most despicable players. That one had CT, who came in late. Bananas, Derek Kaczynski, after a long time off from the challenge, was back. Darrell was back after a long time. Corey, was on that season. You had a ton of people that hadn't played for a little while on there. Ashley goes nuts the first episode because the airport lost her baggage. She left night one. The first episode with a purge was fantastic. I know I'm rambling on, but I watched that episode. I was totally hooked. And then I was watching that season week to week. And in between the episodes, I would watch full seasons of the challenge, like all the way through. Like, I would just mash every single challenge season. And within 3 months, I've watched like all the challenge seasons before Dirty 30 was even done. And I was just hooked. And it was the first reality TV show that had people on there regularly that people could root for. And it was something different. It wasn't like an all-star season, which Big Brother brought in people only because of that. Survivor only brought in like 1 or 2 people here and there until it was the all-star season. This one brings back, majority of the cast is from previous seasons or previous shows. And you can have people who are friends one season, bitter rivals the next season, hookups, marriages, divorcees on there on the same time. It's just fantastic. And then TJ Lavin's just a great host.
I agree with TJ. He feels a lot more connected because he at least goes in there with the challenge people, unlike Jeff Probst and Julie Chen Moonves, who basically we only see for a second. And then also, by the way, before we get any further, I want to say this. The Jake's Take with Jacob Elishar podcast is not affiliated with Viacom CBS, The Challenge, Big Brother, or Survivor. Sorry about that, guys. I had to make sure we had clarification.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Alrighty, so let's talk about this upcoming season, the Challenge Total Madness. This looks insane. I feel like the challenges went to from like competing in a battleground to literally American Horror Story.
Yes, I love it. And it sounds like they're going to be living in a totally different kind of house. It almost sounds like a Big Brother Canada house, which I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but it's not like the Big Brother US house where they have an outside backyard. It sounds like they're just in a bunker and they're just going to be living in this like house where there's no windows, there's no doors. They only go outside for challenges and the eliminations. I think that's going to add in a huge bit of controversy with everybody. I mean, we saw Wes in the trailer say that he's going to go nuts on day 1, which I think is a lot of people by day 2. So I'm super excited about this.
Okay, so one thing that I think a lot of challenge fans and media professionals are happy about is, in order to win, you need to go in the proving ground.
Yes, which is completely different from the last couple of seasons. I know I made a video that talked about 10 records that may or may not be broken. And Cara was getting close to Darrell's record of not seeing an elimination, or consecutively not seeing an elimination, which Darrell was like at 32 episodes or 32 challenges without seeing an elimination, like 32 episodes. And Cara was getting close after the previous 2 seasons. She had not seen a single elimination, made it to a finals, unable to win the last 2 finals. I know a lot of people didn't like Rogan, quote unquote, skating by, thanks to the numbers, thanks to Josh's social game that he's played the past couple of seasons. So I'm liking it. I'm loving it.
I think right now the cast, is very good right now, because the thing is, there are a lot of newcomers, and I feel so sorry for them, because the thing with all this. Here's the people I'm looking very excited to see. Swaggy C, Chris Williams. I love him. He's incredible. I think he's I'm about to happy that he's on the show. Bailey Dalton's another one. I think we get to see Bailey in her element. We don't get to see, because I think a lot of people are still upset with her about what happened with that huge Tyler and Angel's battle, the way that she got out. I think this is definitely redemption for her. Casey Clark is probably one of the most powerful winners of this season, of the past couple seasons, Big Brother. I'm happy to see her. Jay Starrett finally made it. First Survivor person outside Survivor USA person to come in.
Yes.
And then I think he's really good. And then also Asaph Gordon is another person. I'm like, a first Jewish challenger. Someone of the Jewish faith, because I'm also Jewish as well. So I get to see him. He's Big Brother Israel winner. You have him from So You Think and Dance. Are You the One? He may be a good asset.
Could be, for sure. I think a lot of people underestimate Asaph, but also I think out of all the rookies, I'm the most worried for him, just because he may or may not have a connection with someone on the challenge coming in. I think Jay at least been from X on the Beach and Survivor. Maybe he's crossed some streams in the party scenes in previous nights or something. So to me, I'm a little worried for Asaph, because he may not be as affiliated as some of the other people coming in. But I think he's definitely underrated. I think has a lot underneath. He's been grinding a ton on different reality shows, and I think a lot of people haven't been putting the respect on his name that I think he deserves, at least.
Also, I'm very excited to see someone. This will be my first season getting to know Anicia, who is a huge challenge legend, and same with Kalia as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think Anicia's been taking some fire, I will say, just because she hasn't been as fire as she had been in her early challenge seasons, and she's been taking a lot of hiatuses off, whether that's on her decision or it's from the producers not calling her back as often. But you never know. I think she's been getting out there, doing her work, doing her homework, and I'm excited to see her back in. She's had some fantastic elimination moments in her previous seasons, and I think she could bring that fire back.
Okay, I'm scared for Bear, because the thing is, Bear has grown on me so much, leaps and bounds. But here's the thing. He doesn't have his core 2 surrounding him, which are Georgia and Theo.
Yes, that is true, but that could be a good thing, too. I mean, you never know. I think a lot of things with Georgia was that they were both a distraction to each other in the previous seasons, and I will say that Bear has been putting in the work in the gym. I follow him on Instagram. He's been at like a Muay Thai, learning mixed martial arts and getting buff. Like, we saw him on his first season with War of the Worlds, and he was this kind of lanky guy. He was just joking around, looking for hookups, acting like this was like X on the Beach, UK. And coming in from War of the Worlds 2, he got really buff. We saw him win against Wes, and he kind of took this game a little bit more serious. And this season, he looks bigger than ever. Like, he looks ginormous. And I think he's ready to focus down and work hard to get that challenge win. So you never know. Maybe he'll make some more, make some more connections. Maybe go farther.
I think right now the biggest people we got to keep our eyes on are Jordan and Tori.
I agree. I think I took a little bit of heat in my cast video because I didn't mention that they were